Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Lukenessmonster, and this is Ask Lukenessmonster episode 102, the series on the channel where I answer your guys' questions from the comments down below. So if you guys do want your questions answered in next week's video, make sure to comment down below in this week's video, and I'll try my very best to answer it. Really quick though, we're actually going to be giving away this Black Series ARC Trooper 5s, and we're actually going to be extending the giveaway by a week, just to make sure that everybody has a chance to enter that wants to enter. So now everybody has until May 31st to enter, so all you have to do is 1, make sure you're subbed to the channel, and 2, leave a comment on my giveaway video. It'll be pinned in the card and linked in the description. Make sure to go check it out for all the rules and how to enter. Anyway, on to the video. Alrighty, the first question says, do you think we'll get a new appearance of Clone Force 99? And if so, do you think it'll be just a repaint of the Season 2 and Season 1 armor, or it'll be a new mold altogether? Great question. 100% it's going to be a lot of reuse. If they do decide to do a Season 3 appearance or even their like grayed out armor appearance, it's going to be as much repaint and reuse as possible. I think there will be some new molds and new little pieces here and there for armor, but for the most part it is going to be mostly repaints if they do decide to do that. At this point we really don't know if they're going to be doing a Season 3 Bad Batch wave or anything like that, but at this point I'm really hoping they do, just because I think Season 3 of the Bad Batch was great and I'd love to see some figures for it. The next question says, hey Lukeness, of all the Black Series premium roleplay helmets and lightsabers released so far, could we one day see the armor, Phase 1 Clone Trooper, Anakin Skywalker in the future of the roleplay line someday? Yeah, I think this is definitely a possibility. I think the armor is definitely on the table, and I for sure think the Phase 1 Clone Trooper is. I think that Phase 1 Clone Trooper probably has a higher chance just because you can repaint it over and over again. The armor is probably only going to be a one-time mold, but it's definitely something I could see them doing. They do it for like Darth Vader or even Mando. They do one-time molds every once in a while, so I could see them doing a one-time mold for the armor, but I do see that Clone Trooper helmet being a lot more possible. And as far as the Anakin Skywalker lightsaber goes, I think that one's definitely a possibility as well. As far as like Force FX Elite sabers go, they've done a lot of different sabers, mainly for like recent media and modern media, but we haven't really seen an Anakin or even like a Luke Skywalker blue version of that lightsaber in the Force FX Elite line yet, and so I think they could definitely find a way to include it. I mean, we saw it in the Kenobi series, we saw it in the Ahsoka series, so I think that it's in recent media enough for them to be able to do like a release for it, because quite frankly it's the most iconic lightsaber in all of Star Wars and it needs a Force FX Elite release. The next question is actually from SideQuester. Really quick though, SideQuester is actually a channel member, and channel members do get a ton of perks here on the Lukenessmonster channel, including priority replies to comments on Ask Lukenessmonster. I do get a ton of questions, and I can't always answer them all, so if you do want to guarantee your question will get answered, consider going down and hitting that join button down below. Channel members also get this super cool Clone Trooper name badge that gets cooler the longer you're a member, and starting in the month of June, we're actually doing exclusive member giveaways. We'll be giving away this Tartakovsky Mace Windu for members in our Lukeness Legion tier. And then for premium members, a part of our Lukeness Lieutenant tier, you will get access to the previous giveaway, as well as exclusively for you guys, a white box Mando giveaway. So consider going down and hitting that join button down below if you do want a chance to win this white box Mando. Anyway, answering SideQuester's question, he asks, Hasbro decides to do an Evolution of Din Djarin box set. What figures / how many are included and what is the price point? Well, I think you have to start with the standard basic like original number 94 Mando body, and from there you move on to the Season 1 Beskar version, which is exactly the same as the Season 2 and 3 version, except it has one difference, which is one of the thigh pads is different, and so after you have those two, then you add in the Seasons 2 and 3 version, which has that changed thigh pad. Other than that, the armor doesn't change a whole lot, and so I don't think there'd really be a whole need to do more than 3 figures. So I would say 3 figures for around $70, which is the standard 3-pack price as of right now for Hasbro. The next question says, the Rex pre-order is already sold out. Do you think it'll get another pre-order wave release before October? So if you didn't know, the Black Series Captain Rex figure actually got an official re-release from Hasbro, as well as all the other fan channel sites. It even went up on GameStop. And yeah, so it's pretty much sold out everywhere. It's a very popular figure. Will it go back in stock for pre-order before the October release? I don't really know. This is kind of hit or miss because sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't for pre-orders. I think it depends on the site and if they get more stock, so we will see. I think that there is a chance it will, but I think it will go back in stock once that October release hits, so it might not go back up for pre-order before, but it will go in stock after. So I say maybe just stick around for that because it will go back in stock at some point. The next question says, how long do you think it'll be before bad articulation isn't a problem anymore and we get better reuse or good new molds? I think this is definitely an interesting question, and I think we're pretty much already there. Most of the brand new figures that come out now have amazing articulation. Now granted, I think that it's only going to get better from here. Hasbro is always innovating and always improving on their figures and their articulation, and so I think over the next few years it's going to continue to get better, but by no means right now is it bad articulation. Right now, these figures are incredible. But I think the problem is they do reuses that are old and they just don't really live up to today's articulation. For example, we get a brand new Darth Vader, but the legs are still reused from that first original 2013-14 Darth Vader, and so it's got a great upper body and a torso, but the legs still suck. And I think that's going to be the main problem for a long time now. It's just when they reuse some of those older articulated figures, and really we're going to see it fixed whenever they start to remake and remold some of those older parts that need updated articulation. The next question says, hey Lukeness, do you think that there could be more figure reveals from the Acolyte in the coming months? That's a great question, and I definitely think there will be. As of right now, there's already one that's rumored for that same Acolyte wave we've already got that hasn't been announced yet. It was on the side of the box art, and then Hasbro switched out the box art so it wouldn't be there anymore, so we've already got one that we know of that has yet to be revealed, but I believe there's at least another one or two rumored for the following wave. And then of course I think we're going to be getting exclusives and other stuff as well. As far as new media goes, Hasbro really likes to push it, and with this live action Star Wars TV show coming out, Hasbro is going to push out new media, and so I would expect to see a lot of reveals, especially some that we haven't got yet in the next coming months. The next question says, ask Lukenessmonster, is there a chance Hasbro could make a new Death Trooper and then use that body to make a Death Knight Trooper? Great question. I think it's definitely possible. I think that Death Trooper body that we already have is already pretty good. It lives up to today's articulation, but it does have some pinned legs and some other parts that aren't the best of articulation. But I think for the most part, I would absolutely love to see a new mold for it. I love the Stormtroopers that we get now. Ever since 2020, those Stormtroopers have been amazing molds, and I'd love to see them kind of pass it over onto a Death Trooper. As far as a Death Knight Trooper goes, I hope they do one in the future. I really do, because that would be so cool. But I do think if they were to do a Death Knight Trooper, it would be a new mold. So they're not going to reuse that old mold for a new Death Knight Trooper. I think they would make a brand new mold for it. So we'll see. Fingers crossed, but at this point it's really hard to tell. And then the last question for today from Phase 2 Action Review, he asks, if you could have any sort of Star Wars technology in real life, what would it be? I think this one is an interesting question because there's so many good Star Wars technologies out there, but I think the most useful as of right now would probably have to be the advancements in medical technology, especially prosthetics. I mean, you see Luke or Darth Vader or all these different characters get limbs chopped off, and then the next day they have robotic limbs and they're just fine, and I think that's something that would help a lot of people nowadays. So I would probably say just advancements in medical technology, because that would help a lot of people. Anyway guys, that is going to do it for this episode of Ask Lukenessmonster. Make sure to leave a comment down below for next week and I'll try my very best to answer it. Consider going down and hitting that join button down below and becoming a channel member if you do want to support the channel. And that is going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.